Well, that's it. That's a wrap. That's Bug Jam 20 finished. What an emotional roller coaster, memorable for all the right reasons and a few strange ones. Let's hit rewind.
I'm watching and I'm the model.
Good job to supervisor there, sat down with his beer.
Right, so Mark, first visit to Bug Jam last year ever. What did you think of the event?
Absolutely brilliant. I was hooked last year so much I had to come back this year with a nice big engine in the back of my van, and I'm hoping that it's going to pull some good times down the strip, and just, it's a good laugh. It really is a good laugh.
So what is the van then?
The van is a 1776, all light and balanced, with twin 40 Weathers on it, all built by Auto Technic Smart Crosser.
What year?
It's a 72 Dormobile Bay, fully kitted out with a cooker and a rock and roll bed and all bits and pieces, so it's got a lot of weight to pull. But yeah.
What made you buy the van in the first place?
Basically, got 5 children, needed a big vehicle, and thought, that's what we want, when they were all coming back from Run to the Sun one year. So all these campers, I thought, that's the ideal vehicle for us, and it is, it's been absolutely brilliant.
And what do the kids think of the event?
Oh, they love it. They love every Volkswagen event, but Bug Jam, I think, is their favourite now, yeah. They really...
Well, you're going to try and get down the track later on today. What time are you really sort of realistically hoping for?
If I'm under 2 minutes, will be fine. I would hope sort of like 17s, 18s, but wait and see, really, you know. So last year was my first year at Bug Jam, and this was going to be my first year down the strip, so it's quite exciting, yeah.
Well, our first look at the Run What You Brung action on the track this year, and it's Mark in his 1776 powered early bay window. Can he get the 17 he's looking for? It's his first run. Well, considering it's an early bay, he's getting through the gears well. Doesn't seem to be carrying the speed he'd like to at the three-quarter track though. There's loads more track time for him to practice. And of course, it's not just members of the public that are out in this Run What You Brung session. We've also got some of our VWDRC drivers. There's Andy Raw in the No Remorse car, powered by a Subaru engine, can get deep into the 11s. And a nice safe first run of 11.66 for him. The little Whopper car now, Martin Taylor at the wheel, that little Fiat 500 crowd favourite, always up on its rear wheels. Then Dino Weaver, good to see him back out in the dinosaur car. Now this is a very special van, the first time most people got to see it over the weekend, and about to star in Campervan Crisis, the Discovery Channel's new Volkswagen camper restoration series. Sounds to be misfiring a little. It's got quite a big engine, running through with a 20.06 there. And this is Richard Merriman in his little Golf he's been using for race duties recently, but his Beetle is almost ready and he's definitely going to have it out for next season. This is Phil Norman in the Brickfield Autos pickup, lovely little pickup. Let's find out a little bit more about it from Phil himself.
Well, it's a 2165. It runs big valve heads, race cam, 48 ID8 carbs. It's running 13.3s at the moment. Hoping to get in the 12s this weekend at some point. I've had it for about 10 years. Been sort of doing a bit of lightning on it in the last couple of months, trying to get a bit more power out of it. Well, a bit quick at times. So, hoping to get it in the 12s this weekend.
And where was the inspiration from the paint job coming from?
Just the old custom cars, really. I like any sort of custom cars, big V8s and all that. And I've always fancied doing flames, so just went for it.
You just said you like big V8s as well. What's brought you into VW specifically?
Well, it was my dad bought me a Beetle, like the first car that I ever had, and I've just been into them ever since, really.
This is Rob Judge, otherwise known as Judgy, out there in his vehicle that also double duties as a hill climb and sprint vehicle. Powered by a Type 4 engine. And running through the checkout pass of 14:55. Look's been around for a while now. It's normally split screen vans, you see, but this ratty and tatty single cab takes me back to my youth up here at Santa Pod. This Mark 1 Sirocco really surprising everybody. Nice little whiz with a forced induction and getting down into the 13s. And the Baja also looks like an ex-VW DRC car. Looks like Gareth Ison's car. His stretch out with the Beetlejuice car. He'd worked on the engine the last season. Big surprise for everybody when the familiar yellow paint scheme had gone, but the car looking great, hooking up well, wheels up in the air, and running through with a 12.76 checkout pass.
12.76, 107 miles an hour.
Well, Paul Day in the Karmann Ghia was out in his rookie season last season, ultra low budget race car considering it was a Karmann Ghia base, but now got a roll cage in there and looking to up the engine power very soon as well. Runs through with a 15.68. That's Ian Huggan in the Dark Side bug. That bug has been around for so many years. It's been the teeth-cutting exercise of many of our racers as well. Now with Subaru power and going real quick. Mr. Sewell in the left-hand lane there had a horrendous year last season when a workshop fire destroyed all his tools and his old race car, but the new one looking absolutely fantastic, running through with 13.16. Okay, we see the car every single Bug Jam. It's a real crowd favourite. They make no secret about it. It's their favourite show to be at. The Fire Force crew, Martin Hill is the owner. And to be honest, it's a bit of a rare pleasure and privilege to get to interview you on camera. Martin, how are you doing? You had a good day?
Yes, so far so good.
Okay, now we'll have to rewind the clock a little to last year because the car was coming on in leaps and bounds. You'd already got the world record MPH. The ETs were tumbling, and then you took a tumble in the car at the Jap show. Just take me through those last few seconds of that run and then what happened before Bug Jam last year.
Well, it's hard to say really. On the last run, the run was straight, perfect. Just shut the car off. Then the car just started heading for the wall, the right-hand side wall. Then I just saw the body start breaking up round me. Then it just turned sharp left, and then just broadsided straight across to the other wall, cloud to the other wall, and come to a stop. Less the body and a bit of chassis damage.
A bit. The front end was totally marmalised. It looked like a bulldog that somebody punched on the nose, sir. Bit of a frantic thrash to get the machine back together again. Was it Robinson Race Cars that helped out with the chassis rebuild?
Yeah, Andy Robinson has done most of the chassis work for us repair. He's prepared to fit us in his busy schedule because he knows we need the car back out again. And the car will back out, running straight, running the numbers again without a problem.
The one thing we have to ask is, what is it like being sat alongside that thing in what is effectively, okay, it's a safety cell, but it looks like a coffin alongside a jet engine?
I think that's the question that everybody asks, and it's the hardest one to answer. The nearest thing you can really put it to is like the top of a roller coaster, and you start going down the hill and the roller coaster peaks at the bottom over the next one. We carry on accelerating harder the faster you go down the track. So really it's exciting. As soon as you launch, the adrenaline kicks in, the concentration, and you're just into it all the way till you pull the chutes.
You're a speed junkie, obviously. Are you always going to stick with the jets now?
I think I found a nice little home for myself with the jets. I get involved in other jet projects with different people, so yeah, I'm quite happy with them at this moment in time. Once we get the car running back, the numbers and the speeds, if I get fed up and want to go faster, there's other alternatives.
Right, one last thing. Batman Returns has hit the movies now. They came and recorded the sounds of your engines. Was it sweet to hear it on the film, or have you not seen it yet?
Yeah, we saw a little sound bite on the film. I actually got my name in the credit at the end. But there's one thing, we did break his sound meter when he did the recordings. We peaked at 186 decibels for him.
Good man, and long may you continue breaking our eardrums too.
Thank you very much.
want a girl, I want a girl, I want a girl, I want a girl.
We've just enjoyed a great set. Michael Jackson on stage. Navi, it was a wonderful, wonderful set. You're sweating away. That's one hell of a set, mate. Do you enjoy it?
I totally loved it. You know what? It's the first time I've done Santa Pod, and it is an absolute fantastic experience. I've done over 100 countries. I've performed for Michael Jackson's birthday party. I've done a lot of big things, and I really enjoyed tonight. It was really a great atmosphere, great concert.
So a big rest for you now? Are you going to hang around for a while?
I got to go back. I've got a show tomorrow. I had one last night, so it's been quite a non-stop. But one thing I will say is that if Santa Pod ever invited me back, this is definitely where I'm coming.
I think there's a fair chance of that, Navi. Thank you very much for entertaining everybody and for grabbing a couple of minutes with us. Cheers.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Santa Pod 2006.
Okay, time now to have a look around the pits at our various classes and a few of our guest classes as well, prior to seeing a selection of runs from practice and qualifying. Well, we'll open up with Street Eliminator. This is a brand new car for this year. The driver's name is Jason Weir. It's called the Pro Suburban. And Jason has a lot of old school V-dub friends, although he's never been along to Bug Jam before. This is Big Ron Hazlitt with his awesome Mark III Cortina estate. The thing to remember with these cars is that they're all street legal. Taxed, insured, MOT'd, and they have to go on an eligibility cruise. And this is Wilf Stacey, another man who's got an awful lot to do with the VW scene. He's painted a lot of the cars you'll see in the show and shine. He painted them 12, 15 years ago. Well, the Fat Boys, the budget team, the underdogs, based down in Cheltenham with this amazing Ford, but this year they're on top of the pile, looking to run some big numbers hopefully this weekend.
Backing out of the top end, still runs through.
This amazing car had its debut at last year's Bug Jam. This is John Webster in the last of the MGs. It's got the car down into the mid-low nines now. New boy rookie for this season. A top laugh he is too. Supernatural, the Cortina Mark III. Getting dialed in nicely and looking to run some personal bests this weekend. Well, Ray Tucker's car is an awesome looking bit of kit. The vet is capable of running deep into the nines. Time now for Super Modified. And that's Nigel Payne in the right-hand lane and Paul Mander in the left-hand lane. Nigel been a racer for a long, long time. Paul's a new name to me, although the car I do believe has been out on the track before. Usually is our race director for Bug Jam. He's out there in his own race car, Ian Marshall in the Highlander Camaro. And this is Rob Smallworth in the beautiful shoebox Chevy. Well, a largely home-built car with assistance from Andy Robinson Race Cars. Running through the cracking 772, 175 miles an hour there. Well, we're with one of our Street Eliminator cars, and the car and the crew are rather bright, it has to be said. Airy John, you have a surname, you don't like using it. What's the new paint scheme and particularly these crew outfits all about?
Well, I just managed to get myself a bit of sponsorship, Paul, and you know, I pretty much put anything on the car for the money. You know, if it makes it cheaper for me, then that's what we got to do. So obviously we're feeling the pinch a bit like everyone else during the season, and it couldn't have come at a better time for us, really.
Wonderful, and the colour, everything. I know it's your first time at Bug Jam, but it's so much part of the Bug Jam vibe, the whole ethos of the event. Slightly nutty, slightly bright.
Yeah, well, we looked on eBay for the suits, and me and my wife thought we'd have a little chuckle, and we actually typed in orange clothing on eBay, and actually picked out the worst things we could possibly find for them. And so we've done them proud on that, you know. They're all there, like fully sorted. But we were going for the strappy back orange Wild Boy suit. That was a bit too Queen for us, you know. They didn't want to wear that for some reason. I don't know why, you know.
Can't imagine why. Well, Queen were a tribute Queen were here last year, and I have to say that if we wind the clock back 16 years, you'd have won the Rad Shorts contest here as well.
Oh, well, I'm happy with that. I won something at last, you know. Thanks, Paul.
So, plan for the weekend for you and the car?
Just go faster again, Paul. You know,
okay, so your personal best at the moment is?
20 at the moment, which, you know, I'll run up and down the pit. I mean, if I run a 9 this weekend, the England thong's coming out, and I'll be up and down this pit lane, so get ready for that, yeah?
I'm worried, very worried. I want you to run the 9, but I'm scared about the thong, okay?
Do they look worried?
They're all in the Bug Jam vibe. Those two monged out, him nutty as.
Yeah.
We'll see how John does over the weekend. Okay, it's a new driver in the left-hand lane. It's another Bailey, but Simon this time in the right-hand lane. Sold his buggy on earlier on in the season. That's Nick Orme down there in his daily driver Audi TT. Abby Tether in the renamed Abby Dento bus, and Chris Bray in his Daily Driver Golf. Sarah Rollin in the little thumper bug, regular contender now for about 4 seasons, and Chris Gazar is there, class sponsor, for some reason indicating a right turn coming up at the end of the track. He really doesn't want to do that though. Well, Graham Fairhead, this is the first year with his recently rebodied Type 3 fastback. He produced that entire fiberglass body shell himself at home. Joe Gallagher in the ever popular Type 3 Razor Edge gear, Velociraptor, has been running some good numbers this season, down into the 11s. And Mr. Searle, a new driver there in the left-hand lane. Nigel Green, this car has virtually been untouched now. Engine, body, paint for 10 years of racing. And Ian Dale, well, he's had a fitful couple of seasons, breaking his big engine on a couple of occasions. Little whopper, nice big wheelie. And Dude looks like a lady. Well, only in a race suit. Neil Ellis there in the right-hand lane in Dude's Beetle. Great to see Paul Jackson back out with the dragster, with backing from Kingfisher Customs. We've already seen Stretch out this weekend in a checkout pass. This looks to be a bit quicker for him. Brian Burrows out in his gold oval. And Daz Chandler in the grey bug.
Brian, it's a new car out this season. Why did you make the change from the gear?
I originally sold the gear because I was moving to France. I sold everything up in England, lock, stock and barrel, and thought I could live without drag racing. And I left last season out, and I realised I couldn't, so I bought a new car.
Is it a different driving experience?
Oh yeah, it's a lot lighter than the Carman gear. It's a lot more responsive, and it's a good second quicker anyway.
I think the thing we remember most is probably the burnout. So you a bit of a showman?
I wouldn't say that. I think the people on the bank want to see something, and if you're not going to run mega quick, 9 second, 10 second times, then you've got to kind of put a show on somehow. And I used to like smoking the tyres a bit, You're
obviously doing quite well so far with the car this season. What are your hopes for Bug Jam?
Well, just win a few more races. There's nothing beats winning races. It's a great feeling. I won the whole round at Big Bang. Really enjoyed that. Taught a few of the young guys a few tricks from an old dog. I just really enjoyed it. The car's great. It feels good. It wheelies hard. It launches hard. I'm just having a ball,
Well, great to hear from Brian Burrows there, but I think the sun's got to him because he's obviously forgotten turning up with the car first time at Bug Jam last year.
Well, actually, this came by pure chance. Paul Woodhead, a friend of mine, commissioned it in the States about 3 years ago. I think he got fed up with waiting for it, and when it was finished, he'd sort of lost a little bit of interest, and it just so by luck, we were talking on the phone one day, and I said, yeah, I'll have that, Paul.
It's obviously purpose-built for drag racing. Can you give us a rundown of what it's actually got and what you're hoping to put in it engine-wise?
Yeah, engine-wise is hopefully 2.8. Toying with the idea, I don't know whether it's going to be fuel injection, but whether I'm going to have fuel injection and nitrous, whether it's just going to be naturally aspirated or what. Yeah, I don't know, yeah. It's like an open book, it's a blank sheet of paper. I can do what I want with it.
I'm guessing you must be hoping for 8, so we're going to see it in next year's Bug Jam?
No, not next year's. I think 2 years Bug Jam, it'll be out and running. It's going to be, I want it complete. I don't want to run it in primer. It's going to be actually complete and run. Then it'll come out as a completed car.
And you're going to run it as a bracket race, or is it just going to be really a bit of a test?
No, I'm not a bracket racer, really. I just want to go out. I just want to go as quick as I can, and it's all personal. I don't mind who I race, where I race, and how I go. If I'm getting a good run in and I'm happy with that run, that's all I really care about. I'm a track whore.
Bernie Newbury, the track whore there, and very generously donating his brand new race car for our impromptu bug push. You want to know how sticky it was there on the start line? Keep an eye on the young lady's right foot in the right-hand lane. And make sure you do shoelaces up if you go on a sticky track. Did you have a good evening last night?
Yeah, sweet. I was in the Gurn tent.
In the Gurn tent. Modern dance your thing, yeah?
Yeah, mate, and gurning.
Give us a Gurn then. Oh, you're not in the right state of mind. We'll catch up with you again later.
Yeah, I'm sure.
How you doing? What's your name? Where are you from?
Ashley, and I'm from Hornchurch.
Okay. Any particular type of car that you like the best?
No, not really. I like the buses though.
Okay, and your favourite thing that you've either done or seen or been on this weekend?
The fair.
Your favourite part of the event so far?
Definitely dragging 50 pints of Thatcher cider round with us on our radio flyer last night.
That was you in front of the main stage when ABBA were playing, yeah?
Possibly not, no. Can't remember.
Hi, what's your name? Where are you from?
Natalie from Skegness.
Hi, Natalie. Who have you come down with?
All these here.
Friends, fellow club members? Or?
Friends.
Okay, what sort of vehicles do you all drive?
Beetles.
Well, there's a turn up for the books. 1303, wonderful. We're looking basically for your highlights of the show so far.
The 5-horse. Yeah.
Well, that impromptu chat with the crowd was as a result of an oil down from one of the Run What You Brungers, and then we noticed the storm clouds are coming and it was looking real serious, and boy did it rain. We had horrible memories of last year when we lost the whole of Sunday, but 2 hours later the sun come out, too late to get the track dry, but we were back in party mode. Dave Fisher, Kingfisher Customs. Dave, you had a good day?
Yeah, it's been quite good, yeah. The rain, obviously, everybody ran off while it was raining. Apart from that, yeah, it's a good day.
And I believe you might have suffered a little bit with some water coming in?
Yeah, we're going to do special lining canoes and outboards for next year, just so people can get around whilst it's raining and come to our store.
So, you've been to an awful lot of Bug Jams. Bug Jam 20, very memorable for a lot of different reasons. Your highlight this weekend?
Well, I've been to every single one that I've ever been from one. It's just Bug Jam, isn't it? It's the whole thing's probably a highlight. It's just the whole. You know what's going to be, you know what it's going to be like, but you've got to come because of it's Bug Jam.
Paul Knight, the editor of Ultra VW. Paul, how are you enjoying Bug Jam aside of the wind and the rain?
Oh, we're having a great time. It's best atmosphere yet. The weather was a bit of a mess. We lost a few magazines, paper products in the rain. Not the best thing, but no, we're all having fun. Yeah, good bunch of guys. A few beers. We're going to have a good evening now.
Well, this is Laurie Craig in the Cool Runnings car. The Craig family have got a huge collection of ex-VW DRC cars, but it's great to see them out in this, which was Outrage 8 Rage, now running injected methanol V8 power. Okay, well, we've got a fine bunch of people out here in Club Camping, and some really weird people as well. Oh my word. It's a very, very odd group of people. I think they're ladies, but to be honest, we'll leave the nutters alone because I've seen something far more interesting over here. Hi ladies, where are you lot from?
Portsmouth! We're PKW.
Are you sure you're just not the Portsmouth Pussycats?
No. Only weekends. It could be, yeah. Well, we are actually connected to them, but we don't like them tonight. Especially as they try and creep into the camera feed.
They're a scary bunch you have.
They are. We're going to go our separate ways tonight, definitely.
Yeah, nothing to do with us, really.
Right. What's the best thing that's happened to you this weekend?
The thunderstorm!
And the floods.
Yeah, most definitely. We all went see-through.
Okay, I'm in this mad car with Steve. Steve, what is the base model?
It's an 82 Oldsmobile Cutlass T-top, 5.7 diesel V8 in it. My daily toy.
Your daily toy? It's a bit Larry. What do you do for a living?
Fit industrial doors.
Okay, industrial doors, you must come across some hydraulic closers and stuff. I take it that's been of assistance building this, yeah?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, most of it you just learn from, working and playing with them, and, here we are today.
Okay, they're nice comfy seats. Let's see how comfy they are. What can this little beast do then? Whoa! Okay, that was a fairly rapid raising of the front, and down and sideways. Now, do you ever do this at traffic lights when you're actually driving along?
That's illegal. We wouldn't do that at all. That's illegal.
Okay, excellent stuff. You wouldn't want to upset the constabulary, so when you accidentally slip and hit the button, what happens to the cars next door?
They kind of stop and look. It's quite funny, really, but,
Well, somebody I've known for the last 3 or 4 years. First met up with him at Ultimate Streetcar, and he loves the Bug Jam too. Good friend of mine. It's Legs. Legs, how you doing, mate?
Yeah, not too bad. Here again with the hearse. Stumped its guts on the way, but hey, it's a motoring van. You got to be here, haven't you?
Absolutely. Did it get you as far as Bug Jam before it went bleh?
It got to the gate.
It's an honorary Volkswagen, mate.
It's the way to be, isn't it? And of course, it's powered by worms.
I'd completely forgotten about the worms thing. Can you just explain the worms thing again?
World of radically modified sheds.
Oh, so that's why we got on so well in the first place, mate, because you do love your estates and your weird things, don't you?
The only way to get a coach-built car is to buy a coach-built car.
Seems good to me. Dude, there was a horrendous downpour earlier. You're on your mini wheels at the moment. Where were you when the rain hit?
Getting wet inside the hearse because it leaks like a sieve.
And finally, we're asking everybody what their highlight of Bug Jam's been so far.
The rain.
You're another one. Everybody loved that electric atmosphere.
Well, everyone's moaning that the shower's shut. Right? Oh, the shower's like, what are you going to do about it? They made it rain. You could have a shower.
we think two alike. Legs, have a very pleasant evening. Hope to catch up with you tomorrow.
I hope you like the mods on the rear of the chair.
Oh, yeah.
Baby
Monday morning dawned bright and, well, bright. Time, of course, for our show and shiners to get up and get polishing.
It's based on 1303. Obviously it's got no cycle fenders on the front, got 5.5-inch wings on the back. It's based loosely really on the Chrysler Prowler, but I did want a Willys kind of look to the back of it, very wide, very fat. Actually built it 10 years ago, and it's been hidden in the garage I suppose for 10 years. It was completely stripped down to bare metal, so everything underneath is pretty new, but it is completely Volkswagen. It's got standard engine, standard absolutely everything other than it's lowered.
It's only 1974. It's quite new. It's not even tax exempt, but just made it as old as possible. Put some vendor skirts on it. Put my old suitcases and everything, just make it look old as possible.
What do you enjoy about driving these things the most?
Left-hand drive. You can't beat it. Old school, drop to the floor. Can't beat it. It's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Do you have an ultimate car, or is this sort of working towards your ultimate?
It's working to my ultimate. I've got a lot more to do yet. I've got a trailer to do and everything yet, so this is just the start of it really. But next year I'll be here again.
It's a 75 Speedster. I built it by myself. I built about 10 years to do about this. And yeah, you see a lot of cleaning when you drive it. Yeah.
Is this your first bug jam?
No, my second, but last year we were here, and there we drive with a normal car. This year is the first time with my Speedster, yes. Yeah.
Have you shown this car in shows in Holland?
Yeah, a few, yeah.
You think he's got a good chance of winning a prize?
I don't know. There are a lot of very nice cars in England, but I like to compete, so I guess we hope so, but I don't know what it's gonna get.
Well, top left there is the Canvey Island Cruiser, car that Will Stacey painted over 15 years ago.
It's a 1965 VW Type 2 split screen, imported recently from Texas, and just gone through a full restoration.
Is it going to be driven on the road a lot?
It is, yes. We're using it as a camping vehicle. Its first journey is actually, first full camping journey is next week. We're getting married next Saturday, and we're going off on our honeymoon for 2.5 weeks down to Cornwall.
You say it came from Texas, which is obviously a fairly dry state. Was there a lot of repair and rust needing to be cut out?
No, it was a very solid van. That was the reason why we chose it. It's actually spent half its life going nowhere in Texas, so it's a very solid van. It's a 1641 with twin carbs, new Remtech engine, so just that little bit extra power to get you up the hills.
And brake upgrades?
No, brakes are standard. So, always good fun.
It's a 69 bay, basically with 1600 single pot engine. Basically we've completely restored it. It was a complete wreck when we started. It's pearlescent white with a gold fleck with a rover with pearlescent and purple. Basically it's a T2 bay. We use it more for basically for family weekends and things like that, so we won't do more than 3,000 to 5,000 miles a year, definitely not. So mainly it's for going to places like this really.
How do you like driving these?
Love it, great fun.
What's the best thing about them? What is it that makes you want this sort of vehicle rather than, well, say a Beetle?
I think they're more practical really. Obviously we've got 2 little boys, so obviously we can put bikes in there, go to New Forest and places like that, because we come from Bournemouth, so around that sort of area we've got a lot of beaches where you can just open the side door out and let the kids play and enjoy the vehicle as well at the same time.
Now, some people would say, you can do all of that with a modern people carrier. So the reason why you haven't got a modern people carrier is?
Because it hasn't got so much style, is one thing. And I think, to be honest, to have an older vehicle and to keep the age going, I think it's the best thing of it, really.
Max, how long have you had this?
10 years.
Fun to drive?
No. Not fun to drive at all. You've got to be honest about it. They're a nightmare to drive, hard to keep hold of on the road. Anything over 50 mile an hour is very scary. Much rather be in your modern car. But that is the fun of it.
Well, with 33 cars qualified in VW Sportsman and all cars running, that means we've got a lot of buys to get through. So we're going to join Sportsman Racing at round 2. And first off, we have Jacob Bailey in the left-hand lane and Phil Norman in the pickup, still struggling there with that back end bouncing away. He's going to be bracing up the back of that chassis. Has it damaged his 60-foot times? Jacob getting alongside him now. He's going to have to be careful he doesn't break out. And Phil just takes it at the end. A straight drag race. He was closer to his dial-in. Chris Cazares nearest to us. Kevo Metcalf in the Polo in the other lane. Well, Chris got a big chase to do in that UVA Shogun, powered by a water-cooled engine, out of a late camper. Oh, and he just does it at the top end, takes the win. Well, Paul Cox in the ultra-low budget, homebrewed turbo 1600 buggy, Sarah rolling there. It doesn't look as though Paul's going to catch her at the top end. Sarah runs through the winner. Andrew Agramont first started racing before he had a UK national driving licence. That car looking really sweet now. Graham Fairhead, Type 4 powered, Type 25 gearbox, homebrewed fiberglass body, powering on down. He's caught up with him. Has he done enough? No. Well, Paul Herbert in the roof chop bug. He's up against Mark Malone in the Type 25. Second year of racing in that van. And Paul is the reigning street champion. And he's doing a great job of chasing down Mark in that Type 25. He's got to be careful not to break out. Oh no, he's bang on his numbers. Herbert takes the win. Martin Ayrton in that little Sirocco he likes to call Homer's Revenge, playing catch up on Ben Jones, but he doesn't seem to be catching up too fast here. And in fact it is Ben who takes the win in that split bus. Next up, Simon Bailey out there in the Volkswagen Bora. And Donald Harvey in the Drop the Hammer bug. Been running some great numbers through practice and qualifying. Well, he overtakes at the top end, but he breaks out, so it's Simon Bailey who takes the win. Well, Mick KSA, a great character, was here last year with a 1200 with nitrous injection. Yes, truly. Sadly hasn't got his pro engine. Running with a 1600's got a massive lead. And can Richard Merriman catch him at the end? No, he can't. Mick Garrity who takes the win. Well, we move now into the Real Steel Street Eliminator. Quick look at the qualifying times for the street legal cars. 8.2. Jeez, they're fast. This is John Webster then in the MG closest to us. And Airy John in the Mark III Cortina. John on paper doesn't stand a hope in hell's chance here, but he's out there and smiling as the MG powers away from him. This is going to be a good strong run. And it's Webster taking a win there with a 9.23. Ray Tucker in the Corvette, capable of going down into the mid-9s. Jerry Charles being way deep into the 8s with the Capri, but looks like he's struggling today. Oh, there's an upset. Ray Tucker shoots out, runs through with a 9 dead, and poor old Jerry, 9.1. Alex McIntosh then on a solo. Should have been racing Wilf Stacey, but he has had issues staging the car with the car rolling through stage in practice, runs through to 9.4. Al Sims there in the big red Vauxhall has been running some very good numbers. Ron Hazlitt is giving away quite a bit in power, as you can see there. Foregone conclusion as Al powers through the top end. 9.25. Therese Valiant 10.93. Ian Hook up against Jason Weir. Ian running much quicker. Season campaigner. Jason, new car out, going to want to cut a good light here, but it's Ian who's away first and gone. Whoa, runs through with an 8.4 at 167 miles an hour. Jason with a 10.5. Back in round 3 now of VW Sportsman. Sarah Rollin playing catch up on Paul Herbert. Paul always cuts zero lights, nearly always runs bang on his dial in. Sarah's going to have to be careful not to break out. At the top end it's Paul who takes the win, 14.62 there. Simon Bailey in the Bora. He's the new boy, rookie today, and his brother Jacob there in that mad Golf gets well down into the low 13s, and he throws it all away with a red light. Becky Allen in the little pink buggy. Rest assured, lads, she'll be wearing a pink bikini underneath, but oh no, she's cut a red light. Thrown it all away on the start line. Automatic win to Kevo Metcalf in the Polo. So Ben Jones in the 13 window split. Andrew Agramont a little stumble away from the start line there. It's neck and neck, hard to judge here. Ben just out in front as they cross the line, and it's Ben who runs closest to his dial-in and takes the win. Well, we now move into VW Pro. There's the familiar face of Neil Ellis behind the wheel of Dude's Beetle there, and hang on a second, that's Mick Garrity over there with a 1600 in the back of his Beetle. But of course, he was expecting delivery of his new big race motor, that's why he double entered into Pro. Doesn't stand a hope in hell's chance of getting to the other end first here, I'm afraid. forced to dial in with a 12.99, the class index. The sponsor of Paul Jackson's Dragster there in the right-hand lane is Dave Fisher, who we heard from earlier from Kingfisher Customs. He was taken ill just shortly before this run with appendicitis, but it's good to hear he's made a full recovery. Little whopper there, making a huge wheelie right through to 60 foot. Martin Taylor at the wheel of the Fiat 500. Here comes the Dragster, got a big catch-up job to do. Huge mile an hour at the top end, but no, he doesn't do it. He doesn't catch up, runs through to 9.31, and it's Taylor in Little Whopper who makes it through to the next round. Nigel Green in the 13.03, up against Dude from EBC's Racing's mate. That Stretch also from the Cardiff area in the Beetlejuice car. You saw there a massive backfire for the Green 13.03. Daz Chandler playing catch up here at Scotty Everson. Out in the Slush Puppy car. A lot of work going on with that car. New paint job, new roll cage, and it's Scotty, wow, who takes the win there. He'll be pleased. This was really just his first meeting out with all the revamps. That is the awesome Pro Modified Door Slammer Carman gear, built and driven by Ken Bloma. And in the right-hand lane, Brian Burrows in the gold oval, always cuts a good light, usually a 0.0, runs on his dial-in. Ken has been having problems maintaining boost after a massive engine destruction at the end of last season. Dials in with an 8.90, but sadly runs through with a 9.20. Brian Burrows safely through to the next round.
Folks, we're finally there. We're about to sort out who's Mrs. and Mr. Bud Jan for 2006. Now the way this works is very simple. In a time-honoured tradition, we're going to let them fight to the death, and then you're going to vote. It's going to be that simple. Now we're going to get the blokes out the road first of all. Yeah, so we're going to have to see you do some poses just to see the kind of studly men that you are. It's 200 quid. What these men will do for 200 quid. How often do the girls get to spray the blokes? Yeah, we're ready for this. One, go! Let's go! Hit him, he's got no head there, hit him! One, go! Five and six. And contestant number one. It is contestant number one. Your name is Sir Lord Luscious Bean. Is there some music? I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed. She was looking kind of. Show us what you have, ladies. There is 200 quid at stake. Stop trying to get back to the rules and I hit the ground running. It makes sense to live for fun. Your brain gets robbed with your head beat. Ladies, let me have you round to the back and the competition area. Hey now, you're an all-star. Have you round to the back. Hey now, you're an all-star. Get the show on. Ladies, can we have you round the back to the competition area? And the final round of applause, or not, as the case may be. Yeah. One. On three, 3, 2, 1. Right, can we have our next two contestants to the stage area? I can't see anything going wrong here. Here we go, folks. On 3, 3, 2, 1. It is now one apiece. On 3, 3, 2, 1. Okay. We're going to have you two down to the front. Right. I actually want an audience's decision on who was the victor there, because this was your victor. Right, I think you're the winner. Right, round the back. 2, 1. You need to actually do this round on 3, 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. And he's on 3, 3, 2, 1. Round to the front side on the winner of Miss Bug Jam 2006. She will be taking home 200 quid, with which she may be able to buy some more clothes. Do it again. Number 1. Number 2. 3. 5. 6. 7. 8. Your winner, Miss Bug Jam 2006.
Okay, quarterfinals then for the Street Eliminator cars. And as number 1 qualifier, Ian Hook gets a bye. Fortunate placing on the ladder. He could take it nice and easy, but this looks like a flyer. Wow, an 8.17, 171 miles an hour, a new personal best for the Fat Boys team. Well, Alan Sims in that Vauxhall gets bigger and bigger every time we see it. I think it's the first time I've seen a British car that looks bigger than an American car. Alex McIntosh alongside him. Alex has the slower car, he's going to want to cut a good light. That he does. In fact, Al took a while to get alongside him. He was only just edging in front. Safely through with the win there, but only just a 9.40 against a 9.5. Well, this potentially could be quite a close match. Both Ray Tucker in the Corvette and John Webster in the MG capable of mid-9s. In fact, it is very close as the cars go down the track. It's Tucker who takes the win there with an 8.90. Well, we move into super modified, so time for a quick look at the qualifying times for the various cars. And that's Steve Rawlings there in the early model Toyota Supra. He should have been up against Nigel Payne, but sadly Nigel a no-show. So he could just solo on through and take it steady, but certainly keeping the hammer down through the first eighth. Runs through with a 7.89 at 169 miles an hour. Next up, Craig Gibbs in the Obsession Motorsport Camaro, an earlier version that is, because in the Highlander later model it is our very own Ian Marshall, usually our race director here at Bug Jam, but having a weekend off to concentrate on racing his super modified car. Well, Craig is out in front and he maintains that lead right to the finish, running through with a 7.94 at 167 miles an hour. Well, Rob Millwood is usually the crew chief on the Team Ellis car. Last season at Bug Jam, he had the opportunity to drive the car, but of course the rain meant there was no competitions. Justice is his. He's at the wheel today. Looks like he's just about going to squeeze it at the top end. Runs through as Chilton backs off at the top end. He runs through with an 860. Rob Smallworth in the small box Chevy. Paul Mander. Stages in the other lane. Rob with more experience behind the wheel of his race car takes the win with a 776 against an 836. Back again with VW Sportsman. Paul Herbert gets a bye. He could take it nice and steady, but at this stage of race day he's not going to do that. Still cuts a good light. Looking to run his numbers, maybe see if the car's making any more performance. He wants to be careful not to break out later on. And Ben Jones in the split bus is going to be playing catch up on the Polo. Kevo Metcalf away first. And Ben's doing a very good job of catching up here. At the top end, oh yes, just takes the win there, running through with a 15.45, 83 miles an hour. Well, Simon Bailey then, his brother red lit in the last round. Mick at least stands a chance now in this class, back in Sportsman of course. He can cut good lights and he's very good at running to the 10th or the 1000th of his dial-in, just like Paul Herbert, a very regular bracket racer. He does indeed take the win and knocks the rookie out. We move into our first showing for the VW alternate engine class. Nicola Legrue there in her camper with a very recently fitted Subaru engine. It's trip up to pod, the first run on that engine. And the blacklisted Type 3 with Matt Edward at the wheel, now supercharged, runs through with a 1283, 95 miles an hour. He takes the win, running closest to his dial-in. The grey rubber panel van in the left-hand lane. Beanie at the wheel. He's getting very close to catching up with the Subaru Rally Team man. Whoa, he's on the brakes at the top end, and look at that, Matt Finney does it. Canny bit of racing there, make sure he runs closest to his dial-in. Andy Raw was the man who first approached the VWDRC committee with an idea of running this alternate engine class, being a stalwart and a chief encourager of the class right through. Ian Huggan there in the dark side bug. Red light for Andy, and he's the far more experienced driver. That was a shame. Well, Brian Burrows has been running zero lights through qualifying. Well, he was a little slow on the lights there. Glynn out in front. He has the slower car. Brian doesn't seem to be catching anymore. In fact, I think he's given up. Yep, at the top end, it's Glynn who takes the win, running through with a 13.19. Little whopper in the left-hand lane. Martin Taylor at the wheel of the Fiat. Ian Dale, good to see him back in VW Pro, having fixed his big race engine. A little bit of smoke at the top end. Anybody's guess? And it's Martin Taylor. Good day for him, running through with a 12.22. Well, we didn't quite catch it there, but you can see the shiny bit underneath the Velosa Razor, and unfortunately the oil filter came unscrewed during the burnout. Fortunately, Ange spotted the problem and shut him down, saved his engine, but it does mean that Stretch can solo his way through to the next round in the Beetlejuice car. Well, Scotty Everson in the oldest car competing here was originally Terry's Beetle Services Moody wagon, right back in the 80s. Scotty Everson goes through. Back with Street Eliminator, Al Sims with a bye. And remember, on a bye run, all you have to do is cut the staging beams and you've automatically won the race. You could pootle down the track, you could cut the beams and roll back, or you could go hell for leather. Entirely up to you. He runs through with a 9.2. Ian Hook, after running a personal best in the last round up against Ray Tucker, who ran those big numbers. But look at that, Hookie on another flyer there in the 34 Ford. He runs through at an 8.28, 168 miles an hour, kind of backing up his new personal best. So Rob Millward at the wheel, safely through the last round. He's up against Craig Gibbs. Craig had been chasing a misfire all season in this car. Seems to be running real clean today. The Ellis car definitely one of the quickest in the class, but a much better reaction time there for Craig. He's just in front. Rob's making a charge at the top end, but it's not enough. In fact, what am I talking about? He cut a big fat red light. Rob Smallworth, Steve Rawlins. Both cars edging forwards into stage. Be a close one to call. Could be quite close as they go down the track. Indeed it is, although it's Rob just out in front. Has Steve got anything to come back with? Doesn't look like it. Rob maintains that lead, runs through with a 7.74 against a 7.90. Well, we're back with the bracket racing class of VW Sportsman again now. Paul Herbert. He scares the life out of some of the other drivers. They know what good lights and how close he runs to his dial, and he wins most races before he even stages. Ben Jones, however, he's not going to give up that easy, giving it his best shot. Paul Herbert drawing up alongside close, both drivers with good reaction times. This is how a bracket race should finish, and it's Paul Herbert who takes the win, running through with a 14.80. Well, Mick Garrity has got a bye. Just a Sunday afternoon drive for this young man from up north. The way things are going, the two favourites are going to be meeting each other in the final. We're back with the alternate engine class. Ian Sewell's beautiful new race car, having lost his last one in that nasty fire. Ian Huggin has done so much of the work there with the guy who drives the Grave Robber panel van. Very much a homebrewed affair. This dark side black bug, he's out in front, he's running to a dial in. Oh yes, well deserved there for Ian Huggin, runs through with 12.97. Matt Finney, Bubba as he prefers to be known, out there in his bus against that supercharged Rover V8 powered fastback. Well, he's got a big catch-up job to do. And he's on his brakes at the top end. He knew that Matt couldn't have cut a very good light. And takes the win. VW Pro, we're going through these thick and fast now. Neil Ellis down there then in Dude's Beetle closest to us. And Glyn Morgan, the reigning VW Pro champion, in the far lane. Well, very little in it on the start line. Dial-ins very close together, as are the cars as they go down the track. I don't really want to try and call this, and it is Morgan who takes the win. Little Whopper and Stretch. Little Whopper's been running 12.20s all day. Dude's been into the 11s, so Little Whopper gets the go first. No problems selecting second gear, I think that was for the Fiat. And Stretch is way out in front. He's going to have to be careful not to break out. Well, with the action coming thick and fast on the track as we approach our finals, the race director's given the call out for anybody who's been knocked out or had mechanical problems earlier to come down and put in a grudge match or a practice lap if they want, and this is a grudge match. Two great friends and rivals over the years, Lee Darby in the left-hand lane in the Chevy pickup and Paul Jackson in the VW powered dragster in the right-hand lane. Well, the pickup runs through with an 8.69, 153 miles an hour, and Paul Jackson running through with a 9.4. It has to be said, he's been having problems with the car, but finally getting on top of them. John Webster putting in another lap. Cool Runnings funny car out for more runs. Laurie's starting to feel really at home in this car now, and that's Nick Orm's old buggy down there with its new driver at the wheel. Time for a bit of hardcore jet car action. This is Fire Force 3. Martin Hill, who we saw being interviewed earlier, at the wheel. We move into the final off Supermod. It has to be said, not only have they had problems with the race car itself, but we sadly lost Craig's father, a big man in more ways than one in British drag racing. It would be so sweet for him to take the final on this lovely sunny day. Rob Smallworth coming into stage. He's going to give no quarter in this final. Oh no, Rob's actually powered off. He only got to the 330 foot. And Craig gets to solo through the top end. Craig, the car's been on song all weekend. You've had a tough season for so many different reasons. The car had a misfire. Your thoughts on Bug Jam and the eliminations today?
It just couldn't have been better. I mean, everything just came together at once for us. I mean, as you said, we've been having problems all season with the car, and various different things we've been trying out haven't worked, and it finally sort of came good today. We ran our personal best for times and speeds, and with a little bit of luck, we pinched the final. So it was brilliant.
Put it down to luck, but it was great driving anyway. Craig, well done to you and the crew.
Team effort.
And now the final of Street Eliminator. Ian Hook against Al Sims. On the basis of the performance through eliminations, Al Sims is going to have to pull something out of the bag here, but no, it's Ian Hook. Crazy man, cuts a good light and he's away, wanting to make it safe. And at the top end, he runs through with yet another super low 8, an 8.21 against Al's 9.3. Ian Hook, the car's been flying. Your crew were smiling all weekend, Ian. What's it been like?
It's been fabulous, absolutely fabulous.
What was the best bit for you? Was it the event itself, or was it how the cars performed?
Well, we've had a great time at the event. I mean, we have worked so hard to actually be here this weekend. I mean, we arrived on Thursday. On Thursday morning was the first time we'd started the engine after doing a complete rebuild because we damaged it in the final against Splinter in the last round. But to come here then, Thursday night we had a great time. Friday night we had a great time. It's been really enjoyable. But the best bit for me was running the 817. So pleased with that.
Brilliant stuff. Perfect end to a perfect weekend. Well done.
Absolutely. Thanks very much.
And so too, VW alternate engine. Bubba in his bus. Ian Huggin in his little Volkswagen Beetle race car powered by a Subaru engine. Well, Bubba's wheels going high there, but not quite a wheelie. We have seen that bus wheelie on a number of occasions in the past. It's a big catch-up job for Ian Huggin. He cut a good light too, so he not worried too much about breaking out, but he doesn't want to go flying past. He takes the win there. The winner in VW alternate engine, finally in the race car that he's been planning on getting out for quite a long time, not the Builder's Wagon Daily Driver nitrous powered Scooby thing. You must be over the moon, Ian. How's it feel?
Oh, I'm absolutely chuffed. It's been a long time coming, this pole, I'll tell you now.
The car running quick, but also running very straight. You've done a lot of work yourself, yeah?
Done me, yeah, and big thanks to Beanie, because he's really helped me out on this one as well.
Wonderful stuff, and you get the extra trophy from Wayne Allman as well. So well done, dude. Have a safe journey home.
Cheers for that, Paul. Thanks very much.
VW Sportsman, this could possibly be the closest race ever in VW drag racing in this country. Both these drivers can cut very good lights and run right down to their dial-in. It's a huge wait for Paul Herbert. He's on a flyer now, desperate to catch up and not run faster than his elected dial-in. Oh, I don't think he quite made it. In fact, look at that. Mike Garrity takes the win. And our winner in VW Sportsman,
some nice classes, Annie.
He was driving brilliantly all day and held through to the end with 0 lights, is Mick Garrity. Mick, you were expecting to be running 12s and be running in VW Pro this weekend. The disappointment of your engine not quite being ready must have disappeared and melted now you've won Bug Jam.
Super duper, yeah, fantastic, yeah, I'm alright, old cock, nice one, yeah, lovely jubbly.
Anybody you want to thank?
Sticky. Oh yeah, thanks to my mum, Mark and Mindy, and Maddie and Zweldy, Lily and Craig and his missus, and of course John Sleeth. That's www.johnsleeth-sleethy.com. Mr. Proper Engine for me, Dewberry Watsits. Fantastic.
VW Pro, Glyn Morgan versus Martin Charles. Stretching the Beetlejuice car, having to wait patiently. The chase is on. Well, Glyn is still out in front, but Martin catching up with him. It's close at the top end. Well, it's Glyn who takes the win there, running closest to his dial-in.
VW Pro winner, Glyn Morgan.
Winner in VW Pro was Glyn Morgan. Glyn, you sold your turbo motor, went normally aspirated. I did worry for you, but you're still bang on the numbers. Have you had a good weekend?
I've had a brilliant weekend, mate. It's been excellent. Really good. Really enjoyed myself.
So, hard work, luck, good driving, what did you put it down to?
A bit of all of those, mate. Dead set, you know. But the car's running strong, you know, and, it's had some good weather, so, you know.
Well, that's it. That's a wrap. That's Bug Jam 20 finished. What an emotional roller coaster. Memorable for all the right reasons and a few strange ones. Let's hit rewind.